guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the video. Today I have something special for you guys planned. It is 2.1 Super Spam Cycle, I guess. I don't know what to call this deck other than the most exaggerated form of cheap bridge spam. You guys are really going to enjoy this gameplay. Not here just showing you the deck, but also the achievement, the accomplishment that goes along with it. That's right, we have Nikola here with us, aka One. He is a Serbian pro who just rattled off a grand challenge using this deck. Some incredible gameplay, which really illustrates an exaggerated version, not a virgin, but a version of how you can handle big, heavier decks using a fast, cheap cycle deck such as this one. And this one, after you guys see the gameplay, he beat 6 20-game winners in this grand challenge, including a few that we'll watch right now in today's video. I'll upload the rest to my second YouTube channel, which I will link in the show notes below. But let's just start out against this first player here, going against a big, fat Lava Loon deck. And when I say big fat, I mean it, because it also has the Barbarian Hut in this. And you're going to see from Nikola's perspective just how you handle these really, really expensive versus cheap matchups like we already mentioned. So starting out here, you're going to see, well, you're going to see a lot of bridge spam, right? This is basically a Bandit and Battle Ram cycle deck, and getting a ton of value out of the cards that we always talk about being value cards inside the game, right? The Snowball, the cycle cards, and of course Fire Spirit's a card that I've always thought was a bit underrated. I think that when the Wall Breakers came out into the game, by the way, still hate the card, right? I think I was right on this one. I think they suck, right? Is that safe to say yet, or is it too early to make that call definitively? Either way, I stand by my original prediction. But I think that when they introduced a card like the Wall Breakers, it made you realize and appreciate cards like Fire Spirits a little bit more, right? Like, okay, Fire Spirits do everything that they do, except for they do it better and they cost 1 less elixir. A little bit of an exaggerated version, but you guys get my point here. So here we go in with the Battle Ram and the Bandit. We're going right into a Goblin Gang, a Mega Knight, and then everything is going to be tanked for by the Lava Hound. So how can we stop this push? I don't think we can. He has balloon selected and he drops that balloon as well. We have bats down, but how we can't stop this push. But we have the right tower down to 944 damage. But the bad news is a heavier deck generally has the advantage when you get into double elixir time. So how are we going to handle this? Or how is Nikola going to handle this? Well, the Lava Hound dies, as does the balloon before they get to the King Tower. Again, Fire Spirit's coming in handy there. And then we get that right tower down to 584 thanks to a few skeletons tanked for by the Barbarian there. So now the opponent drops the hut. He's going to give us a lane to attack that right tower, and that's going to be really important. The fact that he did give us that opening with that really low or high from our vantage point Barbarian Hut, because we don't have any big spells in this deck. So feasibly, if the opponent just played defense from here on out and set up a high Barbarian Hut, we may have not been able to win this matchup, but he does give us that opportunity. But now we're going to have to deal with this big Lava Hound push, Lava Loon push, most likely in the left lane. So we have a Battle Ram in there. Battle Ram will connect to that left tower. Now we have to deal with this Lava Hound and Lava Loon. How do we stop this push? That's my question. When I was first watching this replay, I was like, okay, so what do we do here? Luckily, those bats are able to DPS down that Lava Hound, and then just the bats plus the both of the King Tower and the Princess Tower take care of that balloon before it can get a hit off on our tower. That was some incredible defense, really stopping that Lava Loon push before the balloon even got to the tower. Really incredible play. I feel like if I was on defense there, if I was in Nikola's position, I probably would have lost the match right there. But anyway, here we go. Battle Ram does it connect? I think it did connect again. Either way, the Barbarians and the Bandit are going to get a ton of damage onto that left tower, taking it down to 342 HP. Now we have a Lava Hound again coming down our left lane, but we have the Bandit in the pocket. He has nothing. Well, he has the Goblin Gang, but the Goblin Gang comes down too late. And there it is. We would not have been able to defend, I don't feel like, that Lava Loon push again the second go-round. So a really smart Bandit in the pocket, beating out that Goblin Gang, picks up the first victory in this grand challenge. Now I want to watch another heavier matchup to kind of give you guys a template on how to handle, again, these difficult matchups, or these heavy matchups when you're playing a light deck. And this time we're going to go against a very heavy version of Golem Beatdown. another kind of, I don't know if it's challenging matchup, but it's just unorthodox. I mean, he has the heaviest deck known to man, and we have one of the cheapest decks known to man. So here we catch this miner in the right here. He's playing an Executioner, he's playing a Royal Ghost, and a Witch in this Golem deck, along with the Inferno Dragon, which isn't going to help him much against our swarmy, spammy deck here. Now, look at this defense by Nikola. Like, every time the opponent comes at him with something that you're like, okay, this could be an issue, we're going to use the overpowered Barbarian Barrel, and then the Bats, and then the Ice Spirit. That will clean everything up really nicely, and then we even have a few Bats surviving in that Barbarian. Unfortunately, the Bats do fly over that Barbarian, preventing us from getting a little bit of chip damage to that right tower. So we're about a minute in here, and he hasn't shown his win condition. I don't even know what I would be guessing at this point if I was Nikola, but we're early into a grand challenge. Fear not, we will show you the more challenging matchups against really, really good players, including a CRL Pro, as we go along in this video. So here comes a Battle Ram in the left after he drops his Golem. So he shows his win condition. We're going to flat out take his left tower, but we devote a lot of elixir into doing so. We use the Battle Ram, the Bandit, and what else did we use there? Barbarian Barrel, maybe? Bandit? Fire Spirits as well. So we used a lot of elixir there, so we're basically going to lose our right tower. I don't see how he can defend against this Witch Golem, so we're going to focus mainly on mitigating the damage in the right, and then defending in the left with that Bandit on the Executioner. So here comes a few minions coming down as well. We're going to wait till everything groups together and use that snowball. That way the tower, again, will be down, but Bats will finish off those minions, preventing any extra damage onto our King Tower after we lose that right tower. So he does a good job there, and we still have the damage advantage on the right tower at this point. So let's see how he handles this. Look at this, 2 or 3 elixir advantage for the opponent at this point. Man, I love these fast cycle deck videos. They're just so much fun to watch, you know? Especially when you can, I mean, the amount of skill you need to get 12 wins in a challenge like this is just unreal. I mean, I would never be able to get, I struggle getting 12 wins with my regular decks, let alone a fast cycle deck like this. But hey, I'll challenge you guys, if you want to try to complete a classic challenge, 12 wins, with this deck, the same Nikola deck, the Bridge Spam Cycle, and you tweet me after you've completed it, the first 5 of you who do so, I'll give $20 each, PayPal or a gift card, whichever you guys prefer. So let me know. Anyway, we have lost that left tower there. A miner comes in just to let you guys know it's going to be difficult. Even a classic challenge, getting 12 wins with a deck like this is really challenging. You have to be a really, really good player. And I also have an Elite Barbarian one going on right now, guys. 12-win grand challenge using Elite Barbarians. I'll give you $1,000. $1,000 PayPal only on that one. So here we go, nice defense here, and see, this is one of those weird situations where it's a King Tower versus King Tower game. No Princess Towers left standing. What you got to do in these situations, what I found have worked out really well, is you defend first. You defend, you defend, you defend. You wait till you have those surviving troops or the elixir advantage. In this case, it was the elixir advantage, and then we go all out on offense and then victory. There we go. So that was the second win in this grand challenge. We talked about Lava Loon. We talked about Golem. Let's kind of flip the equation. Talk about Icebow here, and again, this is where we're getting into the streak. He had to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the end here, 20-game winners, CRL qualified Combine players. I wonder if we're getting another 20-win challenge for CRL. I don't know. I'll let you guys know as soon as we do know. Because it's so consolidated, I wouldn't be shocked if there wasn't another 20-win challenge. But that said, I still think it's like a 60-40 in favor of there being another 20-win challenge. What do you guys think? Anyway, do any of you guys, I'm curious too, let me know in the comments, do any of you guys run a fast cycle deck like this as your normal go-to deck? I haven't met that many players who do, but I'm curious if any of you guys are out there. If not, what deck is like your best right now? I love like kind of touching base with you guys on that question. So here we go. It's going to be we're going against Icebow. Obviously, Nikola at the top of your screen here. So we're watching this one and the next one from the vantage point of the opponent. You can just imagine what it's like going against a deck like this, and you're just like, wait a second. What is he playing? Like, you see the Battle Ram, you see the Bandit, you're like, okay, maybe it's a P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam deck. Okay, cool, cool. And then he's already back to the P.E.K.K.A. in like 4 elixir later, already back to another Battle Ram. And you're like, wait a second, this is the ultimate spammy of spam. And that indeed is the case here. And the opponent here from the Sunshine clan, he actually doesn't have that bad of a deck when you think about it to contend with this. He could actually, maybe in hindsight, of course he probably doesn't realize what he's going against until later on, but he could maybe in hindsight, I wonder if a guy like Carnage or an Icebow, a really good Icebow player, obviously he is, but I'm just saying, if they would have just played defensive Icebows and then rocket cycled instead and handled this matchup differently already off the bat here, we're getting a lot of damage on that right tower. We got it down to 1047, guys. But the opponent does get, I think, one of their only Icebow locks inside this matchup. And things get pretty crazy now that you can see the opponent does have a good idea of what Nikola is running here. So what I'm going to do for this replay only, I'm just going to go double time here, guys, because it gets very repetitive and it comes down to the last second. So actually, let's just go 4 time. You guys can see, hopefully you don't mind me like speeding this up, but it gets, like I said, really, really repetitive here. It's the Icebow in the left, defending in the right. Icebow in the left, defending in the right. Defensive Icebow, defending on the right. Defensive, offensive, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. But you can see we'll go ahead and go normal speed as we get down to the final connection there. He's going to end up taking down that right tower, but he does apply some dual lane pressure. You can see it right here with that Battle Ram. He doesn't connect, but he does get some damage with those Barbarians. And again, we actually get Barbarians to the right tower, but no damage. Now 1047 remaining on the left tower here, and the opponent... Okay, let's go ahead and go single time here, guys. So 1 minute left in this match. And if you're the opponent right now, you've got to be thinking, okay, I just need 2 rockets. I just need 2 rockets on that left tower. And if I were him, I would consider maybe rocketing here. But maybe that would be a bad decision. I don't know. He had the Ice Golem and the NATO in hand. He didn't have the defensive Icebow, though. But at this point, I guess 1 rocket and 2 logs would also get the job done, I think. What is it, like 430 damage? 4 or 5? Actually, no way. He needs 2 rockets. All right, so anyway, here we go. 30 seconds left in this match, and Nikola's like, dude, I gotta go all in here. I have to get to the tower. Get to the tower! So here we go. It's gonna be log coming down, but that does not prevent the Barbarians from getting onto that right tower, taking it down with a few swings, and there it is. That was the 12th win there for Nikola. Let's watch that match. I told you I would watch a match against a CRL pro. Carter, one of my favorite players out there. Now, Carter doesn't even make any mistakes in this match. That's the crazy thing about it. He wasn't outplayed. It just, this was the match that I first watched when I saw it on the replays, and I was like, wait a second here. Is this deck really legit? Like, I've shared plenty of these fast cycle decks. 2.3 minor cycle featuring Surgical Goblin, 2.1 Icebow cycle, 1.9 minor cycle featuring Wen. Like, I've shared a lot of fast cycle decks. This is the first one that I've actually thought might be, just maybe, be competitively viable. I'm not saying it would be meta. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be popular. But in the right hands, such as a guy like Nikola, well, you know, you're going to see in this matchup. You know, hear me out. Wait till the end of this matchup and tell me if you think that, hey, maybe he's onto something here. Maybe a fast cycle deck like this could actually have potential, because Carter's playing, in my opinion, the best deck in the game right now. I said that in the video that I uploaded this deck maybe 5 or 6 videos ago at this point. Anyway, sometime last week. And I said in that video, I think I said at least, that I think this is the strongest deck right now in the meta. It's Ram Rider, Snowball, Inferno, Dragon, Mega Knight. It's super strong. Or you can even sub in P.E.K.K.A for Mega Knight if you like that version better. But you're going to see how the Nikola cycle deck just doesn't even give this deck a chance. The Ram Rider cannot break through, even if he has Mega Knight, Ram Rider, same lane. He cannot get to a tower, and pay attention very carefully to the health of both of Nikola's towers. Like, they're going to be almost full health. You guys will see. So here we go. It's Inferno Dragon coming down the left lane. I think at this point, if you're Carter, you're like, okay, I think he even said wow, or gave the hog thinking emo at one point in this match, because he's like, okay, what is this guy playing? Let me just get to double elixir time and then just beat him that way. So we play a Mega Knight in the left. We're going to let this Battle Ram connect in the right, but we have guards ready, or at least Carter has guards ready. But look at this push. The Mega Knight and the Ram Rider just totally dies. Doesn't even get to the tower. So here we go again. It's going to be a Bandit. It's also going to be a Bar Barrel and a Battle Ram in the left. Snowball comes down as well. And here comes another Ram Rider on defense. But check it out. Just the Skeletons, the Princess Tower, and an Ice Spirit are going to take care of that Ram Rider, preventing any damage again. Now it's Bandit on Bandit in the left lane. We have Bats coming down again, and then the Mega Knight comes down. Inferno Dragon in tow behind that Mega Knight. This could be a push that we're going to have to contend with, but Bats are getting so much damage on that Mega Knight. As a matter of fact, they end up killing, what, 3 Bats? End up killing that Mega Knight? That doesn't seem right. Bats, another card that I personally think is one of the low-key strongest cards in the game. I would say like Bats, Snowball, Rascals, Fire Spirits, like those are like my favorite kind of niche cards in the game right now. And here it goes, another Ram Rider, but it's a Bandit and it's annoying Skeletons, and Ram Rider's not even gonna get close to that left tower again. Meanwhile, 223 HP remaining on his right tower. 1189 remaining on the left tower. We are in control of this match, ladies and gentlemen. We are about 25 seconds or so into sudden death overtime. Here it goes. It's going to be a solo Barbarian Barrel, excuse me, Barbarian Barrel in the right lane. Snowball takes that tower down to 167 HP remaining. Now we have a Ram Rider again coming in the left lane. We have a Bandit. We respond with a Bandit of our own in a Bar Barrel. Got the name right that time. Snowball comes down. Fire Spirits come down. Poor Ram Rider is like, dude, I'm supposed to be a really good card here. I think Ram Rider is a really good card, but not against this deck, not against these swarmy, annoying 1 and 2 elixir cards, the Skeletons, the Ice Spirit, the Bats just doing work on defense against that Ram Rider. And here it comes, Battle Ram in the right lane. We have a Ice Spirit as well. Meanwhile, in the left lane, we're gonna go hard here. We have a Bandit. Bandit does charge onto that tower, taking down to 333 HP. Snowball helping out as well. Meanwhile, 167 remaining on the right tower, but it doesn't matter. Left tower goes down, and just like that, this guy, man, this guy is a beast, right? He's beast mode here. He showed me these replays, and I wasn't sure at first if I was going to do a video on them, but then I saw them, and I'm like, wait a second, this deck is legit. Anyway, check out One, aka Nikola's, again, a pro from Serbia. Great player. Check out his player stats and profile in the show notes below. I'm also going to link Carter's information as well because he's a great streamer. I think he'll be streaming again soon. He was recently on the video with a Golem video with Starlight, a 2 Pro video, which I'll also link for you guys in the show notes. So guys, thank you so much for watching. A huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description as well. Thank you, and as always, take care, guys.